We do it in the spirit of a prophet in Islam. We study the ancient manuscripts, Moorish Quran. Everything we do is halal, some haram. Know it sounds like the hook, but this is the song. When I see a brother, I greet him with salam. Want the whole truth about Hitler and Saddam. Devastated what you did in Vietnam. Out of the savannah, so they had to use bombs. It's been a few years, I read my Proverbs and Psalms. When I see my sisters, I tell them sit calm. It's your destiny, you hold it in your palm. Mr. Popularity never cared about the prom. One of life's great mysteries, young Vietnam. I am that I am, that's word to my mom. Moved out the rough edges, eliminate the arms. Know what you're pledging, no Uncle Tom. Coming for our territory, taking back Guam. With that old time good spell, I wave my magic wand. Now I'm impressed, the vibration sound is on. It's on.
Don't give it away. Yo, Mars don't give it away. Every time that I accelerate, they copy. I'm the master. Take my mother's and the father's great gift to stay. Create the masterpiece for masters trying to masterpiece. This time I'm like a masterpiece. This law gon' give me the bread. Yo, Moors don't give it away. They play your life but try to take you. Can you count how many times I'll try and break you? Try to got a great clue. Struggle size 8 you. A mind of my own with a great truth. I sip a little great goose while swerving on the state truth while plotting my escape of they rules, they schools, they jewels. They couldn't help my shine like chemicals. I'm at the top of my class on the pedestal. I throw that letter at you. That's HB number 2. And keep my name out your mouth unless it's about to bread my youth. Quarter come up with the money that you run up when this chrome game turn up in my young guards aim and shoot with your lame excuse. No, I never dad. This a full force sound system level that. Yo, you only talking fiat where your levels at. This is God body. Show me where the devil at. I'll let you read what this life about. We the lawmakers, architects, and still they doubt. We keep it factual with math and science practical. They love to hate the natural. Pain with the gain, no clout. A little fame couldn't stray. I remain on route. I move mountains, earthquakes on speakers. Something off the counting these occurrences. They speechless for the world. I'm the teacher. I'm sure like the beaches, keeping everything du jour. I'm the one with the features that they envy. We the reason that they seek us to take us out every season. So. Moors don't give it away. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Every time that I accelerate, they copy. I'm the master. Take my mother's and the father's great. Give me the stay. Create the masterpiece. The master's trying to masterpiece. This time I'm like the masterpiece. This law gon' get me the bread. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Why am I in this?
Good. Good. Goddess outstanding, keeps order, she de jour. I thought Orisha Omega deity, she a Moor. Amongst the elite, but relate to the core. She command the fleet first to step on the shore. Snooze never sleep, won't hear me snore.
Hey yo, play me once, you'll never snake me twice. Break this smoke, you never save my life. Never rolling with that piece, so respect my life. Respect my life, yo. Moors don't give it away. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Every time that I accelerate, they copy. I'm the master. Take my mother's and the father's great. Give me the stay. Create the masterpiece. The master's trying to masterpiece. This time I'm like the masterpiece. This law gon' get me the bread. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Respect my life. 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 Never. Hello. ¿Cómo está? Hey. You know the PM studio, man. 7998 Premier Road. Yeah, know what it. Hello. Buenas noches. Why did I go to the end of the song for real?
How'd we do? I got 5. I got 6. Hey. What'd you get? 6. I got 7.
Conscious means that you're conscious of what's going on in this world. You're fully aware and awake to what's going on in the world. That's what conscious rap means. So if you got conscious rap, that means you got unconscious rap. That means you got motherfuckers that's unconscious rapping. That means they sleeping. They still under the spell of Leviathan. They still under the spell of Kingdom.
Call me brother man, I'm not the rubber man. Though I keep my Nazis in affairs wrapped with some rubber bands. Burning out the Ku Klux Klan and Wizard Grand Dairy Queen misters. Just butts of guns I'm giving. Trying to make more sovereign citizens. These minions help kill your prophet, stole your treasury millions. You heard it from your brother man. Now the smother sellout. Sets links in K2 Kush days. Keep me red out. I got the knowledge to make these silly hoes question the pimping directors of music videos. Gay laws and persons with strap-on boots with heels. Too much graphic art faces, boobs are not real. Since MCM and Troop, they use Timberland boots to get us all caught up in fashion, not the simple men roots. Got our people on dogmatic, not metaphysic. Exoteric, not esoteric is how you missed it. So out of it, you couldn't feel the natural mystic blowing through the air like it didn't give a shit. I hear the dirty Moors dissing, cause I said profanities. A lot of these grand sheets need to take off the panties. Pull the thong out your crack vest wearing sash, ass nigga. Return to where the prophet found you, Negro, ass nigga.
It's time to choose a side. You either positive or you negative. You either evil or you good. You understand what I'm saying? Choose a side, nigga. I know what side I'm on.
I throw a Molotov at the priest that works for the beast. All they want is our people to rest in peace. No attention of allowing more stress to ease. Cracker won't go home to spread himself the disease. Genocidal epidemic kill us in high proportions. Instead of mummified, we stay boxed in coffins. Mayors attend funerals for PR purposes. Where's the police escort? He replied with nervousness. He said, I don't have those numbers or connections to have Metro Police lead your friend's funeral procession. That's coming from Mr. Mayor, black community player. No question in the hoods dropping off boxes of weapons. Then blame black on black crime or natural causes. Plus those doctors aren't out on point but off a bit. Natural mystics prove they're not holistic. Hypocrite oaths make your children autistic.
I'm at the point now where I'm saying I'm tired of mixing the medicine with the food. I'm tired of playing that game. Now I'm shoving straight medicine down your fucking throat, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Straight doses of medicine is getting shoved down your throat. I don't give a fuck if it turns you off or not. Because if it do turn you off, then you're a stupid, ignorant motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Don't judge like a cover of your favorite book. Visit you in your dreams, hand with the hook. Paralysis overtook. So shook, stop, look, listen with precision. MC on a mission, vision. Past senses and endless. Cipher with active Moors, beat you with facts senseless. Have your mind defenseless when the truth enters. Eyes glow. Reminds me of Omar Bay, Algonquin embers. Tap your pioneer out what some man remembers. All the lies told to your mind dismembered. Circle broken into quadrants. You the 7 in the center. Compass G between the square. Baphomet of Templars. Warlock. Call on my witch mothers to maim them. The same wise spirits burned at stakes in Salem. Torture with vagina pair. Survive bobbing for apples. Contort thumb slide. Wrist out tight shackles.
I always got something deep to say. Every time around. I always got something deep to say. Every time around. I always got something deep to say. Every time around. I always got something deep to say. Every time around.
Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious. Ali is happy when Moors are happy. Vixens wink fake lashes trying to trap me. 40 days and nights battling the lower demons. This this is not their land, hybrids can't be free men. If this is not their land, who's the immigrant thinking they're sovereign? Imagination figment, recessive is their status, lacking pigment. A game for the Thanksgiving, but no commitment to indigenous Moors they conquered with Bibles, signs in the vitals and signs in the cycles, only to strangle, embracing my rivals. Free national standards, not playing with the tribals. Each Moor is their own Christ, not disciples. Whether hands or thoughts, no worshiping idols. Always carry my Moorish Quran, no recitals. Everyone will not process ancients' arrivals. Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious.
Innate mystic ability to show and prove a lesson, coupled with the agility to move you with the message. Presence of divine mind to navigate you with a reference, urgent with a purpose, perfect. Emerging urban legends, real more is not a question or a choice or a preference. You are who you are, you should have the same obsession. Broke the same jewels to a dude, the corner, Jane and Western. What you reppin', all that effort, that direction, keep you separate in a world of blind sheep. I was born to be a shepherd, mind like an elephant. Got the paws of a leopard, means I'm wise and I'm strong. Crank you up like I'm a record.
Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious. Molly is happy when Moors are happy. Vixens wink fake lashes trying to trap me. 40 days and nights battling the lower demons. This is not their land, hybrids can't be free men. If this is not their land, who's the immigrant thinking they're sovereign? Imagination figment, recessive is their status, lacking pigment. A game for the Thanksgiving, but no commitment to indigenous Moors they conquered with Bibles, signs in the vitals and signs in the cycles, only to strangle, embracing my rivals. Free national standards, not playing with the tribals. Each Moor is their own Christ, not disciples. Whether hands or thoughts, no worshiping idols. Always carry my Moorish Quran, no recitals. Everyone will not process ancients' arrivals. Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious.
Innate mystic ability to show and prove a lesson, coupled with the agility to move you with the message. Presence of divine mind to navigate you with a reference, urgent with a purpose, perfect. Emerging urban legends, real more is not a question or a choice or a preference. You are who you are, you should have the same obsession. Broke the same jewels to a dude, the corner, Jane and Western. What you reppin', all that effort, that direction, keep you separate in a world of blind sheep. I was born to be a shepherd, mind like an elephant. Got the paws of a leopard, means I'm wise and I'm strong. Crank you up like I'm a record, take you to the body shot. Correct your lines to true vector manifestations. Matter, energy, and mind, spirit men unsung. Trey Young dropping dimes until you tighten up. You catching splinters from the pine. Clean the clouds out your thoughts. That's what keep you in the bind.
Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious. This is what it feels like. 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 People running up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch the lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts, with most they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. With every question asked, I respond cleverly. All dependents won't explain expertly. Going in their wallets, pull out pictures with feathers, breaking down the ring, then the mason confesses. He's at 33 degrees, now the convo stretches like yoga into esoteric metaphysic lessons. When my people aren't like me, he impresses. When we take more science to the highways and hedges, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
They tried to get you to think again. That's the prophet. I'm upright, don't need a friend. And you can't stop this. I'ma write with my pen. Violate me and I'ma sentence again. Remain cautious, cause often it's in again. That's in the police out, just the silence men.
This is what it feels like. 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 People running up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch the lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts, with most they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. With every question asked, I respond cleverly. All dependents won't explain expertly. Going in their wallets, pull out pictures with feathers, breaking down the ring, then the mason confesses. He's at 33 degrees, now the convo stretches like yoga into esoteric metaphysic lessons. When my people aren't like me, he impresses. When we take more science to the highways and hedges, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
They tried to get you to think again. That's the prophet. I'm upright, don't need a friend. And you can't stop this. I'ma write with my pen. Violate me and I'ma sentence again. Remain cautious, cause often it's in again. That's in the police out, just the silence men. When they bust through your door, you won't breathe again. Nationality will show you how to live again. It can change the predicament you're living in. You can heal the whole world without medicine. Only truth can make you a better man. Why lie? Cause you got paid to murder men. Then you try to lock them up when they riot in. That's okay, cause for freedom I'm diving in. With no knowledge you come back to die again. Resurrect me not, cause I'd rather be one with Allah.
This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
You that this picture was drawn in 1925. We're in 2024, so this is about to be 100 years that this picture was drawn. The artist's name was Robert Berkeley, but he went by Bob Miner. This drawing is called The Balance of Forces. Almost 100 years later to the dot. And look at what's happening. We see the three bullies over here. U.S. imperialism, we see the French, and we also see the British. We've been running on their systems and their ideologies and their principles for centuries. Now we're here almost 100 years later, and China, India, and Africa, and even Russia has teamed up. The dollar is over and done with. Finito. There's a crash that's impending any minute now, and the US keeps on sailing like there's not a storm and a tsunami that's coming. It's pretty wild that we still all gotta get up and just handle our business like if nothing is happening. They've been bullies for far too long, and now the balance of forces have to happen. That's just nature. That's just the law of God. That's just how it gotta go. It just blows my mind that things take time. It's a gradual thing. 100 years later, and look at what's about to happen. This drawing is prophecy. Would you believe me if I told you that this picture was drawn in 1925? We're in 2024, so this is about to be 100 years that this picture was drawn. The artist
100 years since this picture was drawn. You don't realize somebody's missing in the picture? You don't realize somebody's missing? China, India, Africa, U.S. imperialists, French. Look, are you willingly avoiding the obvious? Are you really in the corner with the elephant in the room trying to play around like you don't have an issue? You see how people go far into oblivion and don't see what's right in their face before I give you people some bay 4 times. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to our prophet, Noble Drew Ali. You don't realize somebody's missing? Look what's happening today. It's really manifesting the prophecy of the picture. Now, the prophecy of Noble Drew Ali. They know artist guy is prophecy of anything. It's everything comes right back around to Noble Drew Ali. Because what happened in the 1920s? Oh, there's a crash, and everybody's gonna lose their stuff. And then 2024, they're talking about impending doom and all this. You see anybody else around here looking like there's impending doom coming? Do you see anybody else? Look around. I see people with stores and all that stuff. I see people doing whatever it is that they're doing. I hear them complaining about IRS and U.S. going and taking their check and all that stuff. I don't hear them complaining about none of that. Only a particular people goes through those stuff. Only the same people missing from the damn picture. They don't want to claim who they are. They want to leave their position abandoned. Why do you think you could see what's going on in the picture? There's supposed to be one. There's supposed to be one more. And then that's going to block everybody from seeing what's going to go down. Because all of us are Asiatics. All of us are Asiatics. Right. Fez, turban, baseball hat, no hat, tam, whatever it is, you're getting Moorish. You're not getting Negro black colored because I have a baseball hat on. You're not getting those talks. We know who we are. We know exactly who we are. And we, under the direct teachings of Noble Drew Ali, we're here telling you, regardless of whether they're dirty traitors, quislings, perverts, whatever, they know about their nationality and birthrights. They know about that. They're way further than you, who don't know, who want to play like Moors don't know what we're talking about. You take all the Moors, whether they're dirty, clean, new, old, whatever like that, you take all of them and you just lump them together yourself. You think that would ever happen? No, it won't. Because things been in place for 100 years. Look at the picture. Stuff crashed 500,000 times already. How much more crashing do you have to see to realize that this stuff is done? And it's either you're picking up your birthright or the BS continues. Everybody's waiting for the Moors. Moors want to be Negro, black, colored, African Indians. Instead of taking their place amongst the affairs of men as who they are. I don't care what you're wearing. You're a Moor. I don't care what you're wearing. I don't care what you got on, what church you go to, what temple you go to, if you pray, if you don't pray, who your God is. I don't care. You're a Moor. Nah, we're not Moors because... All right, fine. Then don't be Moor. Moses is a Moor, but you're not Moors. Elijah Muhammad's a Moor, but you're not Moors. Farrakhan's a Moor. You're not Moors. Rizza Islam's a Moor. You're not Moors. 19 Keys sat up there, laid down everything that Noble Drew Ali said. They went right back, start calling people black. You think these people don't know what's up? D Rose had to take off the fez to explain to you that this is not a fez. This is way bigger than some headwear. No, I didn't hear that. But all the BS though, all the MVP BS, right? And all the game-winning BS and all that, well, all that they're gonna go with. But him holding up the 5 and the 2 and saying Islam to all the Moors worldwide. He knows. He knows. And then all these other NBA players know. Like they know. They got Eller Bay. You keep playing around with names on jerseys. And they already showed you that everybody doesn't have a nickname. Who are they really? You don't know. We know those people that they say that they're Moors. They got bait. They got a farm called Empire Farms with a barn with the Moorish flag on there. How come you don't know? There's no Moorish Empire, but there's an Empire Farms though, but there's no Moorish Empire. And then from way down there, you can see the barn with the big red and the green star. 100 years. Talking about some picture. 100 years we've been telling you that you're Moors. Why are you not in the picture? Because these people still don't have any honor and respect for you. And they tell Moors. And that's not the Moors working with the white man and all that stuff. That's not what that is. That these people know that the Moorish paradigm is where it's at. Know what this is. Or don't. But if you don't get mad. Don't get mad when they treat you other than national. Does that mean you set yourself up for it? Because you know better. And if you know better, you do better. It's easy. You know metaphysics for that. That should be immoral. Having a code. Exactly, doggy. Exactly. Tell him. Tell him. Tell him, doggy. Let's see what we got going on. Get these questions out the way. Don't forget it's Wednesday night. If you're not in the RV Bay sessions, Wednesday 7:30. Check the site homepage. Get all the info. And don't forget riseofthemoors.org Sunday brunch. Just go there and click join our brunch for all the mothers who, just want to build with some other mothers. Do whatever you're gonna do. Your mothers, you have your stuff straight. I'm worried about y'all. We know what's up. So any mothers who are just looking for other mothers to build with, riseofthemoors.org Sunday brunch, and go build with the mothers. Right, and mothers, like no, not the he-she's. He-she's can't go. Real mothers, the pelvis bone and all that stuff. Mothers, Moorish mothers. All right. Which of Drali's readings should Moors focus on regarding our nationality? Oh, everybody's going to say divine warning. Everybody's going to say that. Divine warning. We'll read that. Noble Drali, divine warning to the nations. And you tell me, after you read that, if you think Noble Drali is some religious whatever. Like how people talk about him. Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's what I would say. I would say divine warning. And and also when you read it, make sure you have your dictionaries and stuff like that so you can look stuff up. Your law dictionary, your etymology, your unabridged, your metaphysical, your whatever Bible, whatever dictionary you have, just so you can really, really grasp what's being said by knowing what things mean that said, not guessing. Because I never looked to see how many words there are, but it's crazy how many words there are. So, certain generations remember when you used to have to read those when you go to certain auntie's house and all that stuff. You know what I mean? And you have to. Video games at her house. You get the big book, either Bible or some book off the bottom shelf down there that nobody goes down there for books. Why is she making me read these? Now I get it now. Makes sense. They're expanding your vocabulary early. Thought was punishment. Have to read the dictionary when you go to certain people's house. So there's like you can always say everything, but if you really want like just one something to read, I would say that take that in. Divine Warning by the Prophets for the Nations, and I haven't seen too many of them that are like distorted or whatever. So like it's you'll be able to read it for yourself. And I also see with the Divine Warning that just in that alone, the fact that it's divine, it's a divine warning, and you might not have taken that serious before, divine warning, ooh, right? But somebody actually wrote something talking to you, warning you about what's to come based on the societal happenings in the 1920s. Now we're taking this and then we're reading it 100 years later, right? Going back to with the picture and all that. 100 years later, we're reading this stuff and it's applying. Not that it applied. It's applicable right now. Right now. You can take anything from what he learned and then you put it in, it applies right now. Now, that would have to mean that it's prophecy then. Because if you talk about stuff back then, but it's happening now, then back then he saw this stuff happening. That's why you got the warning. That many didn't take heed to. So because it's a warning from the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and we're looking at Prophet in its right perspective, then we should probably check what he said. We should probably check certain things regarding him. Like it would make sense to do that. It would make sense to do that, So check in with him. Divine warning by the prophet for the nations. And then if you could digest that, then you could go to the Holy Quran of the Moor Science Temple. Moorish Holy Temple of Science. Divine and National Movement, Moorish Nation. Oh yeah, since talking about that too, might as well do this one.
There's a acronym to Quran: knowledge, order, rhythm, astrology, and nature.
Right. So Juali bringing us a Quran. Quran, the acronym. So now all these things, all these parts broken down, just like Islam is an acronym. Right? All those broken down is where the knowledge is at. Where you find your true self dealing with what Noble Juali presented. Because you're not looking at its surface as everybody else who's looking at it. Now you're in it. And that is experienced. That can't be explained. Divine warning by the prophet for the nations. Oh yeah, and then another thing too with the divine warning. That the full title, now, it's an interesting title for a speech, for an article, for a divine warning by the prophet for the nations. That had me for a little while. Just the title. And looking up at other people and seeing were titles that long? No, two words, 3 words, And that he's addressing the nations. This is like some king or emperor or standing on the balcony giving this. Divine warning and the Holy Quran. And remember, Holy Quran is on some religious stuff and all that stuff. Knowledge, order, rhythm, astrology, nature. You could change the A to whatever, archaeology. But whatever for A. That it all applies. It's an acronym. How deep could you take Quran? What would be your acronym for Quran? Juali brought you everything. You think you're going to use it as it is? You think you're not going to innovate it? You're not going to make it better? You have to want to make it better. Are there specific Quran chapters more should focus on? Based on their titles, You're being told what the focus is. As you go through it, you have a foundation filler. Because you have the spiritual, you have the history, you have the law, compiled that it's good enough to read, but it takes you so much further as you're studying with it. So as you're studying it, you're finding references outside of the Quran backing up the Quran. You study all the different Buddhist masters, and all of them see the same thing in the Buddha as Moors. If people are researching that and they're looking at Moors, to know that it's one. To know that all these chapters go with some other culture, because this is the master doing his rounds, right? The same thing with Juali going around all the temples and all that. So there's specific chapters for whatever issues you're dealing with, but it's really a one chapter, the whole thing. Right. You have to deal with all of it. That's best. With the Quran, there should be no focus. Like some history book or something like that. Yeah, you can focus on a chapter because there's going to be some that it's not info that you're using. You know what I mean? It's just the stuff that you could skip. Yeah, you don't go through and highlight everything, because some stuff you don't even need to pay attention to. So you could skip in that, but with what Noble Drawley brought, don't skip stuff. Deal with everything in its entirety. Right. If there are dirty Moors and they recorded Noble Drawley oral statements, why follow what dirty Moors say? Well, going back again to if they said, Noble Drawley said there's going to be wild animals roaming in the streets, and Detroit is going to have grass growing out of windows. And then you go to certain places and you see wild animals roaming the streets and grass growing out windows. Like that's a prophecy. That has nothing to do with who said it. If they say Drew Ali said that and the stuff happened, then they lie good. I don't think they lie that good. I don't think they lie so good that a good 60% of the prophecies happened. And if you really look into it, probably 80. That's in the 100-year span. Right? Drew Ali digging in the ground and picking up stuff, Egyptian stuff on it. They've been found Egyptian stuff here. They just pulled up some stuff some months ago or something. Always finding something. So that's even with certain writings that you see, it says by the prophet, and then certain stuff doesn't have that, and you look at that. If there's ones that say by the prophet, then all the ones that are Noble Drew Ali should say by the prophet. If these 5 over here say by the prophet at the end or in the beginning, how come these ones don't say by the prophet at the end? From your prophet or whatever. Nothing. But if the stuff's manifesting, then who am I to say? Because now the Moor said, I said that whatever, knowing that Noble Drew Ali said it, but he went and said it. No, they said Noble Drew Ali said it. So if all those Moors are dirty that said, well, Noble Drew Ali said, and then the thing happened, then he must be a prophet then. He must be a prophet. Okay. Isn't anti-black also anti-Moor? Anti-black. Anti-black's a fiction. Anti-black's a fiction. You have to say anti. Why did you say? Why did you say pale skin? Like, why would pale skin be? Why was anti-pale skin? Like, what is that? Why would somebody be that? And if black means pale, then just say an anti-pale. Right? That sounds like how the corporate people talk. Like the corporate people are the only ones who play the race game and all that. It's only the corporations that play that game. And the corporations are occupying. So if the occupier is the one who's setting whatever the standard is, then of course you're going to have fictitious stuff going on, which is why you have fictitious stuff going on. Because instead of the people wanting to be Moors, they want to be Negro, black, colored people and participate. Knowing that that's not where it's at. But all right, if that's what you want to do, then all right. We'll sit down and hear what you're saying. Why not? What else are Moors doing? The occupier wants to have some anti-black conversations. And they see that there's a problem. But then you go to the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, and then they're talking about they have all these different objectives that they want to achieve for the indigenous people and all that stuff, and then nothing happened. and then they have the anti-black meeting and all that stuff, and then nothing happened, then that should be clear. That should be obviously clear to the people at that point that they better do for themselves, like all other civilized people. But no, you want to hear what Moors are saying and do that. They want to debate Moors and find every reason why they don't have to be Moors. All right, then don't be Moors then. No. Because they celebrate Black History Month and stuff. Like ain't nobody arguing about them celebrating Black History Month. We just make our own thing. It's a Moorish History Month. They can do their black whatever. That's up to them. They're not gonna get me in that. Like with this weekend, right? We're gonna go then the Umar lecture. I'm not going there to hear Umar. We're going there to get this word out because we know people are going to be there because they're going to go see their black guy. All right, we'll get our table. We'll get our table and we'll see what's up. You know? We'll see. We're not going there for some Umar. We're going to be where the people are. The people are. Because everybody knows who the Moors are. Interestingly enough, as soon as you bring up Moors, everybody knows. Oh yeah, the Moors. Yeah, oh yeah. You didn't say nothing about Moors before I brought it up. I mean, you knew. Speaking about new, should Moors lower themselves and unify with people causing confusion knowingly or unknowingly? Right? And just answer that one. Because we're going to do our own thing anyways. As Moors, we're going to do Moorish regardless. So if I'm going to be Moorish regardless, then if they have a black thing, yeah, I might go to a black thing and set up a table or something like that. I'm not going there to go listen to whoever's lecturing about whatever. I'm not going there for that. Especially if we know that it's these same people causing confusion and whatever. You know what I mean? Go in there, set up our table so people could see Moors. And whatever else comes out of it is gonna, that's just how it is. Let's say good Moors unify with dirty Moors. What do you think would be the end result? If the dirty Moors want unity, if the dirty Moors, if this is if they do, right? The best way for it to work would be for them to stop being dirty Moors. But we've seen the pattern. There's been dirty Moors since Noble Drew Ali's time. We're saying amongst us, not just generally Moors. Talking about Noble Drew Ali Moors. There's been treason in our ranks. So that unity would never happen with dirty Moors. Never. Where we are is the end result. There's dirty Moors and there's Moors that are living right. And you better find yourself with the right Moors. And how you do that, that's a whole other discussion. So certain Moors have studied enough where energy tells them who's dirty. They'll need to talk with them for an hour to know that they're a traitor. There's not dirty Moors in this movement. Don't get it messed up. You think because love is our first principle or something that Moors love Moors or something. No, there's traitors. There's traitors, and it's just knowing that, just know that there's a possibility. But there's no unity with them. They're on their own. Like they said, they made their bed. So go lay down. When people ask why Moors can't put their differences aside and unify, what are the differences that are being put aside? And are these people who ask about unity thinking this before they ask the questions? The differences that have to be put aside are mainly due to allegiance. So because that Moor knows that Moor and that Moor is friends with some traitor, there's this tangled web when it comes to the differences. Because there should really be no differences, because Drew Ali, his literature, and Moorish Nation, flag, fez, that there shouldn't be any issues. But what brings up the issues is the allegiances, because people have been following treasonous since Noble Drew Ali's time to today. Still today. And those things are what created the differences. But there should be no differences. The only way differences come up is when you start bringing up allegiances. That's the confusion causer in the Moorish paradigm, the Moorish nation, the Moorish movement. There's already unity. Moors are unified. Moors are unified. Who is responsible for Prophet Noble Drew Ali's death? Well, the last we know is that he got released. He got released. And they kidnapped him for attempted murder. Obviously found out that it was BS. Let him go. And then he's assassinated. So, since he didn't die in the cell, obviously that, because they could have just murdered him in the cell if they wanted him dead. And they didn't. Now, when you talk about who, I would say conspiracy. I would say they, them. And that's pretty much everybody that was added. Everybody who had direct contact with Noble Drew Ali is a suspect. The Adams. Going back again to these allegiances. Because the setup is, how is there all these Noble Drew Alis reincarnated? Like, why is there so many? Were all of them in it? Were all of them in it? All of them must have been in it. If all of them are saying, I'm Noble Drew Ali reincarnated, either all of them are idiots, big dumbass, or it was all about causing confusion. And they knew exactly what they were doing. And there's will and intent to cause confusion. And have what Noble Drew Ali brought to save the nation all messed up. Trying to make more some type of laughing stock or something. And these are the same people who sold out. All the people get Vice interviews all the time and all that. So we can't even say who's responsible. But we do know that everybody popping up saying that they're Noble Drew Ali after he died, quote unquote, is there's some looking into that has to happen. Because that's just awfully weird. That all of them, while Noble Drew Ali was here, they were who they are. Soon as he's gone, their Noble Drew Ali come again. Going back again to why they can't be the unity with dirty Moors. Look what they caused. Look what they caused. They caused. Now we got to deal with it. What's your opinion of the Christ in the Circle 7 Quran and how Jesus became the Christ? And do you think it's just as important, the Christ consciousness, as important as Noble Drew Ali? Noble Drew Ali is the Christ consciousness. That's the example. Forget Jesus and the Christ. Just say Noble Drew Ali. That's what that wing this in the forehead. That's the Christ consciousness. And the feather is the energies out of the crown chakra. Drew Ali is the living example of the Christ degree. He's it. And what he brought was for us to be it too. Because the priesthood is dead. Only graves and funeral chants. So what are you doing today? Represent that consciousness. What does that mean? You got to bring that question again. Because the Christ consciousness is a state of being. Like once you're there, you're not deviating from Christ consciousness. And that Christ consciousness is when man and Allah are one. When man and Allah are one. Now when Noble Drew Ali and Allah are one, when man and Allah are one. There are two selves, higher self and lower self. Just pick one. There's only two options. There's only two options. Either your higher self or your lower self. Those only two options. No other options are available. Just those two. How is this hard? Or is it that people just want to gravitate to the lower self and they don't want to attempt to look toward the higher self? There's only two options. There's no middle ground in know thyself. Like it's either your higher self or your lower self. Pick one. There's no middle like the other BS people like to play with. There's no middle in know thyself. It's either you're knowing yourself, which is the higher self, or you're knowing yourself, the lower self. Right? You got to be one with Allah. There's Allah and you. Be one with Allah. It's only you and Allah. So what do you mean you heard something whispering to you and then you went over there and all? What do you mean? What are you going over there for? I thought you're supposed to be one with Allah. Where are you going? You're going away from Allah and want to know why you're not one with Allah. Or wondering where Allah is or whatever. That's why Joel said Islam is a simple faith. People want to get too advanced. You know who's good? You know who's perfect for people who are always in warp speed? Go listen to some Manly P. Hall. Just slow your ass down a little bit. Right? Just slow you down a little bit. Because you go in warp speed. Slow down. Really take in being, Christ consciousness. Don't look for it over there. Take in being it. Okay, is that Islam? You take the I am, that's in Islam, and there you have it. Yes. Yeah. We are it. But you better be it. Well, how would this be? How would this be my higher self? This is a third dimensional reality. What you mean? This is an illusion. Body's avatar. Like what you mean? This being a higher self. My existence isn't in this third dimensional. Everything here is external. Now, if we're talking about we just did some grams of shrooms or something like that, or you're talking about we put on some binaural beats and went into meditation and stuff like that, yeah, then we're talking higher self. We're talking higher self in the physical. Higher self in the physical. What's that? What's this shell gonna do? Where's it going? Unless you're a monk, you've been training for 50 years with no human contact and all that stuff with being on earth isn't the lower self. Lower self is beyond this physical stuff. Lower self isn't some physical stuff you did. It's like higher self isn't some physical stuff you did. If it's physical, man is mind, not the physical. Man being mind gets him closer to Allah than man being the physical. That's why he said, go read that Quran from front to end, and then go read it again. So you can get it. A lot of people don't get it. And you get why, because the brainwash is deep. You thought because you read 2 books that you cured yourself of the BS that they gave us all our life. And we've seen people slip and go right back into the BS that they were supposed to be free from because they weren't ready for this. Slip right back into Negro black colored. Pretend like they don't know that they're Moors. You know? In this shell, we're going to do the best that we can, to harness that creative energy and that intuition and clairvoyance and do something in this physical third dimensional BS and do something worthy too. Right? Yeah, nothing but honors from the peers. That's all that matters. Nobody else is whatever, doesn't matter. What does it matter? Once my peers give honors, I'm good. That's who it's about. And a couple more questions. By the way the world has looked for the past 15 years, do you think Noble Drew Ali's teachings are showing more than in the past? From when we came into this 2008 to now, there was so many things happening with regard to his prophecies that I had to write a book about it. There was so much stuff happening. Right? Because at the time I was actually reading the oral statements. And it was probably about maybe like a week. Maybe a week of reading it. Reading it. And then the next day or 2 days, things just happening. Reading it. Next day or 2 days, things just happening that I just read. I'm like, what the hell is this? Okay, I'm gonna start documenting some of these. And then that's how the prophecies book came about. And so, so looking at time as a cycle now, opposed to some linear perspective, I see that everything is just happening in cycles. It's like we were saying with the stock market crash. The stuff happened already. 1929, stuff happened. They're still talking about the stuff, the stock market's going to crash and all that. So it's a cycle. Every years, think something's going to happen again. And some people are on the level where they know the astrology and all that stuff. So this cycle is now, they're prepping for things to come in the cycle. So you have Moors that are in those realms, that follow their star chart to know when to do things, when to travel, when not to travel, when to, So I mean, I've seen a lot of it. I know other Moors that if we ask them, they'll say that they've seen a lot of it. But more than then or now, like we're talking about, where we could only deal with the present. So because we could only deal with the present, at the present, I would say it's out there a lot. Like it's showing up a lot. Noble Drew Ali's teachings showing up a lot. It's showing. And again, because it's the prophet, and it showing in this day and time is to have the prophecy manifest for us, so we can see it and be like, wow, Noble Drew Ali is the man, and give him his honors that's due that he didn't get back then. So let's give him the honors now. Let everything we do be right for Noble Drew Ali, because he said, right, the Dirty Moor said that he said it would surprise him if a Moor would do right. How many Dirty Moors were around him back then? If it would surprise him if a Moor would do right, how many Dirty Moors did he have around him? If it would surprise him if a Moor would do right. A Moor, just one Moor do right, so I can be surprised. Compared to this day and time, where we have many Moors being right, living right, eating right, doing everything right. Mm. Some interesting questions today. I have a Black's Law Dictionary first edition, but in it, it doesn't have free white person, but white person is in it instead. How come that's not in there, and why did they change the definition? Well, first, Black's Law, first and second doesn't have free white person. Third and fourth have it, and I think from fifth doesn't have it. Or I think 5 might have an abbreviated version, a short version of it without the part that we want. That's in 3 and 4. Because the first Black's Law was 1890 or something. And then the Naturalization Act. So it should have been in there, but I don't know. But I know for sure it's in 3 and it's in 4. I can't remember if anybody has a 5. Check see if it's in the 5. I don't think it was either in the 5, but it wasn't how it was in 3 and 4, or it wasn't in the 5 either moving forward. Free white person. They just took it out completely. You know. Yeah, so the free white person, you want the third and fourth one. Yeah, so it's not in 5. It's more just sent me that it's not in 5. Yeah. Black's Law. Oh, Quran and Black's Law Dictionary. The Mohammedan's Book of Faith. It contains both ecclesiastical and secular laws. That's capital Koran. So that's the Quran. the Mohammedan book of faith, how come these people have Q on there? What are they on? Yeah, it's interesting that it wouldn't have it, even as far as two. Oh, and white person is in 5. That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. White person is in 5, but not free white person. Yes, that's exactly what it was. And then that was the first thing that made us start telling people, don't get fifth because the free white person is not in there. Somebody got it. You can't remember who got it. Somebody got it. And that was the first thing they went to. They said, yo, man, it's not in there. They were hot. Oh yeah, they were hot. Or I think they got it from like they bought it online or whatever, but it was like a panic buy, like, oh, I need a law dictionary. Okay, I'm gonna get this one. And then he got it and went to free white person, nothing in there. He was hot. He was mad. Yeah. Like, yo, where's free white person? Yeah, I never had a fifth. I caught it before. I can't remember who said it. Somebody said it. I think it was like Aleem or somebody. Somebody said it. They're like, don't get fifth. Don't get a fifth edition. Don't get the fifth edition. They took off free white person. Yeah, whichever one you have. Whichever one you have, just make sure it's 1 to 4. 5 and on, waste of time. 5 and on is waste of time. No. So first is good. Don't get it because free white person's not in there. You know that it's not good. First is good. First, second, third, fourth. You're good with those. You're good with those. Let's see. Islam. Yeah, 2 and 3. 2 and 3 been hard to get. And when we came into this, 2 and 3 was hard to get. Somebody had, I think it was Aleem again that had the Black's Law PDFs. You might be able to find it online, the download, Black's Law Dictionary download. I know it's on the Taj Drive thing. It's on that. Got him. Bouvier's first edition. Ooh. 18 notes. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah. Yeah, those PDF ones are whack. I hate it. I need the book. You need the book. The book is, there's something. Yeah, you need the book. Need the book, yo. Yeah, you could have PDFs. You could hold more PDFs, and you could have a whole library on a drive and all that. Yeah, I know. If you get a terabyte, you can fill it up with everything. Yeah, I know, but there's something about the book. I don't know. There's something about the book. The pages and, like, it's great. Books are amazing. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Honors to our Prophet, the mastermind, Noble Drew Ali. Supreme honors to all the Moors in the chat, all the mothers. Don't forget riseofthemoors.org. Sunday brunch for all the mothers to connect with mothers if you want to connect with mothers. If you want to. It's up to you. But the door's wide open. You just got to go and push the button. Honors to Noble Drew Ali. Honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Love and peace to all Moors worldwide. Islam.